So I was working with someone yesterday, and as we were going through our initial questions, right? This is a first time session. I asked about whether they had ever been in a car accident, and they said that yes, 20 years ago they had been in a car accident. And I asked about what had happened during the car accident, and they described spinning out and the car getting hit from the side and kind of T-boned, and they even started moving their body in the way that apparently their somatic system remembered being moved during the car accident. And so I verified what I had heard. I heard, okay, so you had this car accident 20 years ago, and when the point of impact happened, right, everything shortened on your left side. And they said, yes. And I said, okay, and go ahead and stand up. And so I had them stand up as part of the assessment. And we could see that this car accident from 20 years ago was still holding on the left side of their body. Even their head was tilted to the left, and the whole left side of this person's body was shorter and held together. And they had never put those things together before. They never realized, like, oh, this car accident is still unprocessed in my body, because this person wasn't having any particular pain on the left side necessarily. They had some neck pain, they had some back pain that they were talking about. And so as we continued on in the session, and this is something that I love about the work that I do. Yes, like I provide insight and information and guidance, right? But my clients show me things too. I get the beautiful opportunity to receive wisdom from your body and wisdom from your experience as I work with you as the practitioner, right? It goes back to this idea that like the student and the teacher are the same, meaning I learn so much from my clients. And as I'm working with this person and I'm like kind of feeling into this pattern that's going on their left side, it's very clear to me like what we're releasing today in this session, what's been holding on the left side has been holding for 20 years. And I can kind of feel like that there are parts of this person that haven't really been able to be fully felt for 20 years. Right? And so as we continued on with the session and we got things to open and release and muscles to soften, not only around their neck and the base of their skull, but then all down their left side, there was a lot of emotion coming up. And I said, how, are you okay? Like what's coming up for you? And they said, it's just amazing to me how many memories and how many moments are coming back from that car accident. But also from that time in my life. And I said, yes. And I said, I've been getting this message throughout our session that there are parts of you that have been frozen since that time or that have been unintegrated since that car accident 20 years ago. And when I said this, I saw the emotion really continue to move. That emotional energy that had been caught or trapped on the left side really started to move, and their eyes filled with tears. And we just held that space for a moment to recognize that there were these blind spots. This person didn't come in saying, hey, I'm looking to integrate this car accident that happened 20 years ago. It was only because I had asked, right? And because we had investigated, what's going on your left side, because you're telling me that you were T-boned and your whole left side shortened and tightened. And we can see that that's physically still going on, right? So after the emotional energy had moved and passed, this person left our session feeling so much lighter in their body, so much more free, especially down the left side of their body, and that they didn't even know that they were tight when they arrived. They didn't even know that that was still holding, right? And, as I'm telling the story, as I'm sharing this, like I fully relate to this experience. There are spaces in my body, blind spots, that even though I've done years of yoga or even years of somatics, that I come across these blind spaces in my body at times where I recognize that there's a holding going on, an unconscious clenching of my body related to a thought, a feeling, or an experience that I had at some point earlier in my life that is still affecting me. And that's the beauty of this work, is that it's actually never ending. The layers and awareness that we can cultivate and uncover over time is vast. There's no limit to how embodied and whole we can become as we become aware of the things that are still impacting us, right? So I'm sharing this story because a lot of people don't fully know what it is that I do. Like they've heard the term somatic, they know I teach somatic movement, maybe they've even done a few different movements with me, but not everyone goes really deep with it really fast. But those who do, like the person I worked with yesterday, this work is truly life-changing. It's body morphing. And I like to share these kind of stories so that people can start to check in with themselves and ask, what is it that I'm holding? What is it that I don't even know that I'm holding that might be part of the struggle or the turmoil or the dis-ease that I'm feeling in my body? What unintegrated parts of myself is my body trying to get my attention by creating sensation, by creating back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, or a general sense of discomfort and anxiety that's felt in your body, right? Like mental and emotional things are not just mental and emotional, they're also deeply physical, right? So in this share today, I just want to invite you to ask that question. What is it that my body's holding on to? Maybe you have an answer when you ask your body that question. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's something to sit with. And how might your body be communicating its needs? How might it be trying to get your attention and ask for your support? And in what small way can you support yourself today? In what small way can you give yourself love or tenderness or a slowing down, right? Patience to feel into the communication that's going on all the time. Likewise, if you're really interested in exploring somatics, if you've been curious about what I do, there's opportunities to experience hands-on sessions with me in Buffalo, or when I do retreats, when I travel to California. So definitely go to the link in my bio and you can learn more about Hannah Somatic Education, about my different various programs. And if you're in Buffalo, if you're local, come in and try a session. It'll totally change the way that you experience your body. Even in just one session, you'll be blown away by your body's ability to communicate with you because it's been doing it this whole time. You just haven't known how to answer. So blessings to you, and let's be in touch.